Hey traders and happy Thursday. It is Matt and JC with Empire Algorithmic Trading bringing you your daily dose of Vwapvision stock talk.
It's where we use the volume weighted average price, the best indicator on the market to make sense of what's going on in this crazy market. So let's talk let's talk a little stock, Matt. Let's talk some
Let's do
talk.
it,
All right,
buddy.
buddy. One of these days I'm going to get that right, Matt. I don't know why. It's just
All
one of
right.
those things that's just ingrained in my brain that's ever wired, right? I'm going to have to go to therapy or something to get that rewired so I can say that correctly. Holy cow. But anyhow, let's get to it, right? It was a interesting day by the time I was done looking at some charts. I was starting to feel a little bit more excited. So we're going
Okay.
to start with the bonds. The Treasury bonds, they rallied today. Interest rates came off a little bit of a bond scare, what's going on. So it was really comforting to see that rally. And it's even better to see some of these intraday charts that we're going to look at. So the S&P 500, it did open down, but pretty much opened right on its low and just kind of rallied throughout the day. Closed up near its high. That is a classic bull market session, right? That's what you want to
All
see.
right.
A
Yeah.
little bit of morning weakness turned into strength by the afternoon. The Nasdaq Composite, it was not able to get back into positive territory. It did sell off. Either must have sold out. I don't know. Let's just take a look here. It did rally up a little bit, sold off a bit off its high,
Mm.
opened well or closed off of its lows as well, which is always a good sign. Small caps did have a nice positive day, opened
Okay.
up a lower, turned into a nice bullish session there, and then same thing with the mid caps, a nice bullish session there. And what's even better is the VIX took a pretty significant hit
Hey.
just off of a small gain, pretty good size hit. So just
Yeah.
as we were a little worried about volatility picking up yesterday, as stocks were continuing to just either trade just barely flat or up a little bit, it's
Hmm.
nice to see that VIX coming down, but it's even better to see the bonds rally up a little bit. That was making me nervous, and it kind of raised my confidence. But then I started looking at some leading stocks, and the confidence built up. This is going to be kind of a running theme. Seagate or C Limited, for example, opened down, rallied up, closed up near its highs for a 0.9% gain. But the most important part is it's another new high, right? Another new high
Yeah.
after its breakout. Argan, same thing. It closed a little bit off its lows, but it opened down right on its low and continued to, or I'm sorry, it closed off of its highs. But it's big, nice strong candle, new high after its breakout. It rallied 2.3%. Mercado Libre, this one a little bit more of a spinning top, so this one might be kind of running out a little bit of juice, but it was up almost 1% today.
No
And
kidding.
same thing with Dave. Dave might be kind of having another little spinning top there.
Okay.
Dave might be running out of juice, but nonetheless, it was still up today. And
Crazy.
then Rubrik.
Hey.
Yeah, this one is just chumming right along, and it's just got a nice, pretty steady uptrend. Pretty
Yeah.
clear break of the downtrend, pretty clear break of the middle peak right at the green arrow. That's about as beautiful a breakout as you can get.
No kidding.
And actually, back to back, you got a breakout down here, and then another breakout up here, and the stock is just rolling. Let's see, I think it is. Yeah, it's up 14% since its breakout day. That's pretty steady stream in there. Roblox is just rolling. Its second breakout, breakout here, and it's running right up to new highs, up
Perfect.
1.6%. ALNY tested you a little bit. Probably would have shaken anybody out here. Would be understandable if it did. Had a pretty strong rally and then just round tripped right there. But it's recovered right at the VWAP and it rallied
Yeah.
5.9% today for a new high after its breakout. So if you're able to handle that volatility,
Yeah.
your patience paid off. Again, Groupon, similar thing. It opened up down, rallied up throughout the day. Quick, strong recovery from yesterday's sell-off,
No
up
kidding.
3.3% today. HEICO. This one is very interesting. So broke out a couple weeks ago. Nice strong breakout. Kind of rallied, and I have some notes to myself. And on this day here, I'm like, I don't know, man, it's not looking too good. And then on this day here, my notes were like, Now that looks good. And then it does that today. So it's kind of funny how one day can make a difference, right? And
No
I don't
kidding.
know what it is, to be honest with you. That just looked like it was struggling. We had these long shadows. Looked like the upper prices were being rejected. And then all of a sudden it's like boom, the downward pressure just ran itself out and it had a little bit of momentum. And then that just followed through to today. And so that's a classic bull market look right there. Very exciting look there for
No
HEI,
kidding.
up 2.1%. And then of course Paymentus. This stock is just not
Still
giving up.
looking
It was
good.
up another
Yeah.
almost 1% today. Zscaler, another one, new high after its breakout again, up 0.6% today. But again, the common theme was they either all opened down, they all sold off, but they all closed up near their highs. And that is a very exciting thing. So we had some breakouts today, which we're going to talk about in Arrow review. They were
Woo.
looked very good, very strong breakouts. And we've got a pretty good list for today again as well. So I'm excited to
All
see
right.
what the algorithm kicks out for buy signals. But, of course, you always want to, you got to stay on your toes. Affirm, it sold off pretty hard today. It was down 8.4%. It's continuing its volatile ways. It looked like it was about ready to make new highs. It tested it after earnings. Would have shaken anybody out. Quick recovery, but again, the little bit of rejection looks like at the upper VWAP there,
Yeah.
but just more volatility. So Affirm's not quite ready. And then Mobileye. Mobileye was
Oh,
breaking out of a deep base. This looks like a classic reversal. Tried breaking out, got
yeah.
rejected at upper highs, got rejected again on an attempted reversal, and then reversed hard, and then sold off again hard. And as opposite of what we saw in all the leaders, it closed near its low, and it closed well
Right.
below open. So selling pressure, and then of course volume picked up on that. So that's just a negative combination for there. Now this is another classic example of taking profits early and protecting yourself from reversals like this. So I did buy Mobileye and I sold it the very next day. It actually surprised me but when I actually checked it, I was like, well, that's not going to fill. And then I looked and both orders had filled. It had rallied over 7% from my buy point earlier in the morning. And I put my good to cancel orders in and both the 5 and 7s filled. And then today, I saw this towards the end of the day. I'm like, I'm out, sold my last remaining shares at a loss for those shares, but in the overall position, I eked out a small gain. So
There you
again,
go.
that quick selling, that defensive positioning,
Yep.
profit taking. I better say that defensive profit taking protects you from this kind of stuff. And then if I did the same thing with Rubrik, right? I
Mm-hmm.
bought Rubrik, and 2 days later, or 3 days later, it was hitting my targets. So now I have a nice trailing stop. I have a pretty much a risk, not, I shouldn't say risk free. There's always risk, but an
Right.
anxiety free trade. I can just watch it and then wait for it to flash a clear sell signal, and then I just take my profits. So this is the kind of trade you want, and this is why we continue to buy the breakouts that the algorithm finds. And so just take it even when they reverse on you. Then if you follow your rules and take your profits quickly, it doesn't hurt. And so that's a little bit of excitement. That's a little bit why I'm speaking with a little bit of blood flowing today, just because it was
Yeah.
kind of, even though it was quiet, it was up less than a 0.5%. It was just the flavor of the day, right? The look of all the charts. There was a lot of downward pressure that ended up reversing. I didn't even bring up a lot of the stocks that finished down that have these really long candles or really long shadows on their candles today.
Right.
A lot of opening down lows and then just closed up throughout the day, just never
Mm.
made it to positive territory. But these
Right.
were the more interesting, more exciting stocks to look at. So hence today's stock talk. Well, as always, Matt, that was a lot of fun. Thank you very much and enjoy and I hope you enjoyed my little ramble session there.
Oh, it's a blast, dude. I always love seeing what's going on, and I always love to hear your takes on things and what you're doing with it too. And I think our followers do as well. And speaking of followers, thank you everybody that's watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify. Make sure to smash that like, subscribe button. Share it with all your people that are looking for their little edge in the market as well. We'd love to build the community and get people excited about this. If you want access to our daily buy and sell signals that our algorithm kicks us, those are the arrows that JC's talking about that we're going to talk in our arrow review a little later. later today, you can get that at Patreon, patreon.com/Empire Algorithmic Trading. Click the subscribe there, and for less than $1 a day, you get access to all of those buy and sell signals. And follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. We're on all of them. We like to post some really fun things, a lot of our wins, some of our losses, and just a little bit more about us. And if you really want to deep dive on who we are and what we do, visit our website, Vwapvision.com. That's VWAPvision.com, where you can actually see a little bit more in depth about what our algorithm is and where we based it from. So, that being said, I do want to say happy trading, Jace.
Happy trading, Matt, and we will talk to you Sunday. Have a good weekend, guys.
See you guys.